So I'm here in Fort Worth at Meacham Field, and as you can see behind me, there's an A-26. That's night mission. And let me turn this around. That's Special K. And she got damaged, but she'll be flyable again. And night mission has engine work going on, but I understand they're working through it, trying to get it done. Here's one of the beasts, the one, I think this is the one that's going to go on there. And there's the oil tank. We've been there, done that. Anyway, a lot of work going on this beast. Looking forward to seeing it fly again. And here's a T-28, a C-47, another T-28, there's what they call a Fogamaster. That they're doing some sort of maintenance on. A T-37, which is absolutely gorgeous. I think they're really cool airplanes. There's a T-6 Texan, a Beech 18, and then an ugly helicopter, a Brantley. I remember seeing these. And I don't know if this is a Grumman, just what it is. G-44A. If somebody knows what this is, let me know in the comments. Apparently it's getting ready to go over to McKinney for some avionics upgrades. Pretty airplane. Then the Beech 18. And I'm going to go next door and talk to the folks on the Beech 18 that used to be Jackie Cochran's. So I'll be back in a minute. So I'm down here in the hangar rats hangar, hanging out with. Don't grab my phone, Bill.
Hey, how's it going? Welcome to Fort Worth, Texas. Thanks for coming by, and thanks for hooking up with us, showing us all your cool stuff. We're going to do some more touring, too.
Yeah.
I'll get out of your hair while he's giving you the tour.
So I've been looking at the Beech 18 that used to belong to Jackie Cochran. And they've done a lot of work. And the crew here has just been way fun to hang out with for the last few hours. And knowing the stuff that they're going through is the same stuff we're going through, just on different levels and different things. But they're really striving to get to Oshkosh this year, and it's a cool project. It's cold here, mid-40s. I don't like it. I want to go where it's warm, but so it's the end of the day. The crew's gone home. Bill's doing a download, thinking about having a couple of beers, and I'm happy to be here.
Do you want me to?
Yeah, I want you to. So okay. Bill and I are walking through this museum, and he's telling me about airplanes. Go ahead, Bill.
Yeah, so what we've got here is a real classic, just a standard, very crisp J3 C65. In fact, I don't know what it has on it for engine, but it's J3. Late build, probably 46, something like that. Real pretty. Swift. The Swift has an IO360 in it, so it's got the bigger, later engine that replaced it. A lot of speed mods. It's got the canopy. And this is an organization that owns the T-37. And if you've got some video of that, that's what that is. And it's going to be a ride airplane, hop rides. Okay. 172. This is one of the museum folks. This is just in for a little maintenance, and that'll be heading out soon. Okay. Gullwing Stinson.
Wow.
1819, I believe it is, or it's a SR. I forget what the SR number is. But this is 300 horse Lycoming. gull wing. The Royal Navy, I believe, flew these for submarine patrol, and so that's kind of the way it's painted. But then they were brought stateside. They actually, the way I heard it is they were one of the few airplanes that were given back to us after the war.
Oh,
The Brits gave them back to us. So
take these things.
yeah, so thank you, England. You can see, originally it would have had the rear window would have been a big square window, and there would have been a compass and spotting and all that, but it was spotting submarines type stuff off the coast of England.
That's
so
cool.
Kind of cool. In the back corner here, this is the Hosper family Piaggio Royal Gull. Two rear-facing, I believe, Lycoming GIEIEIO, whatever. I think 480s or something like that. But rear-facing engines. The Italian Navy used these for patrol. So you've seen these also in the Italian Navy use these things. Not too many in the U.S., but there are a few. A very pretty typical Piaggio, real pretty lines. This is in the to-do list, but not right now.
As a flyer?
As a flyer. It's in the to-do list. We got to get the Hollywood bomber going.
Yeah,
that's our number one.
That's important.
Yeah. Over here, we'll come back around. Over here is Stearman PT-13, PT-17.
Okay.
This one's got a 220 Continental in it. This one's kind of just sleeping for now. A display airplane, but pretty much just a box stock Stearman.
Okay.
Primary trainer type stuff.
When does the farm all get its wings?
Yeah, exactly. I think we're going to turn those around and polish them up a little bit.
Oh, cool.
Actually, one of them in the back has an ice cream maker on the back, so we got to get that going maybe for this summer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lots of different engines, all different turbine engines from beginning to end, and we got piston engines. Engines all the way from Piper Cubs all the way up to some 3350s, 4360 type stuff.
Wow.
Big monster stuff, some 2800s, 1830s.
I need to go look at the 2800s. I might need a part.
Yeah, we're going to keep all the screwdrivers away from Bob. All sorts of stuff. This is a E-Systems L450. It was a remotely piloted vehicle, actually RPV, or I guess you call it UAS. UAS nowadays.
Okay.
But that was done back in the 70s, late 60s, early 70s, Vietnam, and I believe it was derived from a Schweitzer 232 airframe.
And then put a turbine on it.
And put a turbine, put a PT6.
Yeah.
Good size PT6, 34.
Yep.
So probably a good 400 horsepower.
Yeah.
Kind of wish we could fly this.
But there ain't no place to do it.
Well, there's a cockpit.
Oh, there is.
Yeah, but that's kind of the proviso. We can have it, but we can't fly it. Maybe we won't tell anybody.
I'm not going to tell anybody. I'll keep my mouth shut.
Then we got a neat little project over here. This is another one of the museum actually owns very few airplanes. Most of these aircraft are tenants aircraft. This is a little Aranca. I forget what the proper name is. I think it's a 65 TC.
It's like a Champ.
It's the sister to an L3 Defender, but it's the civilian version. This one was actually up in somewhere up north. I don't. It wasn't in Dakota. Somewhere up there, Nebraska, somewhere up there. But it was actually we got the records. It was used for civilian pilot training for a period.
Well, it looks like you guys have, whether you did it or somebody else did, it looks like the airframe is in really good shape.
Airframe's in pretty good shape. We've got a couple little rot areas, and Robert is working on those, and he's working diligently to get that going. So that's going to go well. We'll probably look. We'd love to get. If any of your viewers have a C85-12, we would love to get that. We've got our A65 is rubbish.
Okay.
So we sent that out, and all the guts were the engine we got with it. But if anybody has a C85, they want to get to a good home, we would love to have that, because we're at an airport that has a tower, so we kind of need a radio, and it's kind of heavy to have.
Well, radios are kind of cool.
Yeah, radios are kind of cool. It's always good. Here's another aircraft, PT-22, another one of our folks, tenants here. A long-term restoration. They got the engine done. Hey, it's raining.
Great.
Got the engine done, but this is kind of what a PT-22 looks like naked. Ryan PT-22 is a primary trainer.
What was it that Harrison Ford had?
And that's the same exact plane.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Same exact plane. And if you remember the MASH series, 5 o'clock Charlie.
Okay.
5 o'clock Charlie, he had the green airplane. 5 o'clock, he'd come along. It was one of these painted green.
Oh.
Yeah, but it was actually fairly modern for this kind of size airplane, because It was all metal construction. The wings were, you can see the wings had wood spars, all metal ribs, very much like a Piper Cub, but pretty robust.
And in bags for
Then, fabric covering.
Yeah.
And all this will be a Dacron polyester, modern materials.
Sure.
So it's a long-term restoration. This is a little Hiller 12. This was actually originally, I think this aircraft is a flyer. It's in right now getting some work. The rotor blades are out for overhaul. So this will end up going, be flying again, but it's in a kind of a heavy annual, doing some maintenance while they're waiting for the blades.
I saw a bunch of people around it when I walked in.
I don't know if they're going, I think they're wondering if the blade company is growing the trees or something, but it's taken a while. But,
Are they wood?
Yeah, the wood blades.
Okay.
And this one is actually a Franklin powered, older Franklin powered.
Okay.
And then it also, if you look at the data plate, it was originally a Navy bird.
Oh, really?
So, and I forget what the exact moniker was, but it was a Navy aircraft. You don't see many with the flat front, which is the older style canopy.
Right.
So it's kind of a neat period piece. Great ride hopper, and again, you can hop a couple, 3 folks, and I think it's set up for it's set up for 3 people. Pilot would be left seat. Training person would be in the middle, or pilot be in the middle, and then you've got so it's 3 across.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
I was wondering about.
Yeah, and then you've got pedals. So your passenger would be far right, and then pilot, co-pilot would be, or training pilot would be middle and left. Kind of like some later aircraft. All metal construction, and then just wooden blades. That was kind of period. And the nice thing about wooden blades is they last forever. There's no fatigue life.
Right.
So kind of cool. This is a little Porterfield Cadet, long-term project. It's just in storage here right now. Again, one of the tenants here. And hopefully that'll fly someday. So that's kind of what's going on. We've got Timmy the Tug back there. That's going to come alive. But that's what's going on. That's the North Vintage Flying Museum, Fort Worth.
So did I tell you that our hangar is a Tardis?
Oh, really?
It's bigger on the inside than it is on the outside.
Yeah. And it's kind of Boyle's law. Everything expands to 50.
That's
space.
right.
Yeah.
Well, because you've seen pictures of our plane where it's in there diagonally. So we have a 16 by 60 foot door. We have a 20 by 70 foot airplane.
Yeah.
So
it'll go out sideways.
that's going to be an interesting thing.
Yeah. So it's kind of neat. And this plane, this hangar is kind of the restoration hangar and all that. But again, being a flying museum, it's our intent that someday these will all fly. Except the helicopter, it's a static. It came off of a museum outside. It's kind of forlorn, but again, hopefully with some volunteers and all that, we can make it pretty for an inside display. Big old banana helicopter.
Well, I've been wondering about that on your channel, and I guess it's probably filled with corrosion being an outside.
No, it is government property from actually it's a former Air Force. Navy has cognizance of it now, and you just can't fly it because that's the way it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunate, but it's kind of neat. Oh, we would like to get it restored. We would like to. It'd be great if we could get a corporate sponsor to help us make the outside look good and presentable, and then just if nothing else, conserve it. That's all we need to do is conserve it.
Right.
So that's what's going on. North Hangar at the Vintage Flying Museum, dude.
Okay. Well, thanks, Bill, for hanging out with me for a while. It's been a great day.
Yeah, it's a fun time.
And I'll get back to you.
Yeah.
So I'm still here in Fort Worth, and I'm in the back room. Bill Goebel with the Jackie Cochran's Beech 18 is out there. It's getting to be the end of the day. They're out there talking about the day's events and what they've gotten done. And Bill allowed me into the storeroom. Let me turn this. This is all spares that Night Mission has laying around. There's some brake pucks. There's some Simmons control cables that we were having a hard time piecing together. Oh, there's the voltage regulators. Yeah, right there. Well, that's not the same thing as ours. Stuff, and more stuff. Yeah, there's a carbon pile. Voltage regulators. Yeah, that's just like the ones we're trying to get rid of. It's amazing what you can find when you go through stuff. I don't even know if I can put this on the air. Looks like there's some Beech stuff here. There's an air intake. There's flap stuff, and there's control surfaces up there on the ceiling. Oh, there's a greenhouse back skin. Leading edge stuff. Oh, there's a tail cone. Wingtips. There's seats. Tires. Engine cowl hoops. Firewall stuff. Oh, that's the control spider for the back of the airplane. Oh, is that what that is? Yeah, that's what that is. Exhaust parts. Oil cooler. Engine cowl. Oh, that's the carry-through spar. Wonder what that came from. It's obviously been cut off and laid here. This looks like, oh, that's a flap. And honestly, I did not fill my pockets while going through this stuff. This is pretty cool, though. Landing gear parts, brake parts. Tires. Yeah. So I've been looking at Jackie Cochran's Beech 18, and Bill was showing me something. Let's see, where is it? Where was it? It was over. Hold on. So here's a lot of stuff that they've gathered up for Beech 18s, old wheels and axle stubs and autopilot stuff. And I was talking to Bill a little bit ago, and and this was a telephone for in the airplane. And I got down to this, and I started looking. A Craig Power Play 8-track tape player that was actually in the airplane. That's too cool. So some of the damage that was sustained by Kay in the landing accident has been mitigated. Looks like they're working on it fairly consistently. So they've got to rebuild all of this in order to be able to get the landing gear under it to be able to turn this around and yank the engine. And it also looks like they've been kind of trying to straighten out the bomb bay where it was drugged for a while. A lot of work. I'll take our A26 all day long, but they've got a special one here. It isn't called Special K for nothing. Wow. Looks like they're getting most of the old parts out of it, getting ready to put new parts in. I've mentioned this before, but radials love to mark their territories. Yeah, there's the clamshells. Anyway, I'll be back.
Fire extinguisher stuff is in here if you want to look at that a little bit.
Yeah, I
The
do.
outer ring.
Yeah, so let me turn this. Our fire extinguisher is subtly different. We don't have that valve.
Okay. Yeah. This is where it comes in from the tank. I mean, sorry, this is where it comes in from the tank.
Sure.
And then this is the accessory blow.
And then this would be feeding the
taps
front.
over to there, yeah. And it
Yep.
goes up and then it's to the
Yep.
accessory section and the into the carburetor scoop too.
So if you, I just noticed something.
What's that?
You have a 2-piece oil tank.
Yeah. Got 2-piece oil tank with standpipe.
Wow. We've got the standpipe, but ours was all welded.
Oh, okay.
So do you have a bag? Or
Nope.
is the bag got rid of? So you just got to seal this real well.
Seal it real well, yeah. And since this is what bolts it to the structure, you can't seal it until you're ready to put it in.
That's right.
Put the seal on it, throw it in before it dries.
That was one thing that was good. Let me turn this around. So I'm here with Pat Mahaffey, one of the pilots of Night Mission, and also Shamrock 22, along with, what's Steve's last name?
Steve Swift.
Steve Swift.
Steve Swift, yeah.
Steve Swift.
Yeah.
Anyway, he's showing me things about their Invader, and they're getting ready to doing everything they can to get this engine back ready for installation on the firewall. And I don't know, what do you think, this summer?
Yeah, that's what our hope is. We found some corrosion up there in one of the engine mount structures, and had Vintage Aviation fabricate a new part for us.
Oh,
And,
okay.
we're just now getting it riveted back in.
Okay.
And so as soon as that gets riveted back in, we can hang the engine and start putting all the accessories and hoses back on.
Oh, that was a good idea, the way that was done. We just have them coming right out of there on both sides. And on this side, it was a pain in the butt because of the cables.
Amazing how all these airplanes are different.
Yeah.
Subtle differences.
Now,
None of them are the same.
So, Pat, are there any two A26s alike in the world?
Negative. Not at all.
That's our assessment as well.
Yes.
And that's what JR said too.
Yeah.
So this is how this aircraft dealt with the disparity between the size of the nose and the side of the fuselage when you remove the bulletproof, what did they call it? Yeah. So Pat is just explaining to me some of the problems they've been having with Night Mission, and this is a huge one.
Yeah.
This is one of the motor mounts that hold the whole engine to the airframe, and you can see it's just bad news.
So we've got a brand new part made, and it's being riveted in now.
And they've got it in there. Yeah, that's the new part up in there. And that's going to make that structurally a whole lot better.
Oh, yeah.
So we were just talking about this thermostatic oil control. Is that frequently bypassed and just left manually to control?
The switch in the cockpit is a 3-position. You can do it
Right.
manual open, manual close, or automatic. And
Those are really unique switches too.
they're hard to
A
find
Y.
switches. Y switch. And it's just as easy to do it manually as it is to do automatically. It gives the co-pilot something to do.
So while I'm on vacation, and anytime I get a chance to rub shoulders with A26 guys, I'm always looking for parts. And I came up with a couple, and I got a heat shield for Simmons cables and an air intake boot, which we were really, really needed. Thanks to Matt Jackson and Pat Mahaffey for giving us those parts for our aircraft.